So, hey everybody, Fidget Mom here. Just me, myself, and I again. But that's not always going to be the case. Definitely kids are going to be coming, but this is actually something that has a little bit of a backstory, and it's definitely not really too kid-friendly, and you'll see why in a moment. It's November 27th. This video will probably go live. I'm not entirely sure when, but there's no Black Friday deal for this. So there's no there's not too much of a big rush. But and normally you will get some mostly fidget spinners and fidget toys and stuff like that. But this one happened to be something that was really interesting, something that I got really excited about, and I figured that I had to share it. So here I am about to do that. A little background is that I actually wanted to include this in last night's video. That video you'll never really get, I don't think, a 60-minute video again, unless potentially it's a collaboration. But because of the limitations of Instagram, they have to be 1 gigabyte, the max, or 15-minute max. It made things really hard when it came to editing, and I spent 59 minutes talking, and I probably spent 6 hours with just figuring out how to remove stuff so that it actually spliced and diced and all that stuff at the same time. So the Instagram version of the video is a little different than what you might be watching on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you want all the links to work from yesterday's video, or well, whenever you get this from November 26th video, you need to go to Facebook. It will eventually be viewable on YouTube. Anyway, so I happen to really like some interesting toys, and this stuff probably looks pretty familiar to you guys. You might have seen this when you were a child. I was recently at a friend's house, and he had a smaller version of this, and I really thought it was awesome, and I was like, I want to get these. How the heck do I get them? And he said, well, I bought them at the store, and it happens to be that store is out of business. So, and I can't imagine that they had other ones, because these are very rare finds. So what you're staring at right now is Prismatic Oil Wands with a Kaleidoscope. He had, again, smaller ones. I think he had 6-inch wands. I have my hands here just for a basis of comparison. These are 11-inch wands, and they're the typical ones that you see when you're in a playroom, when you're and your kids, the kids are playing. You probably have played with this as a child. You have not played with the smaller versions. But I've never actually seen the way they go in with a kaleidoscope, so I felt that this actually could be really fun to share. And I did do some looking. So actually, you go look in here, you can see the kaleidoscope. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. There you go. So basically, you have this. I'm trying to slide it in, and what you do is you let it go down, and the kaleidoscope changes as it goes down. Now, given gravity right now, you're not going to be able to see at the level that I think I would love for you guys to see. I'm doing the best I can right now, but yeah, it's a little hard to accomplish. In fact, you know what? I'm holding the camera, making sure the zoom is good, and I'm also just actually, instead of leaning it over and letting it fall by itself, I am moving my hands, and I'm moving as you see, the oil wand itself. So this is one of my favorite things that I have to keep away from kids, because the obvious reason that this is very fragile. This is very heavy. I would say it's a good 3-4 pounds, and it's glass. So to be able to have this is cool, but I mean, technically you're enjoying it really mostly by yourself. I can't say I'm complaining about that. It's all really beautiful. In a way, I do wish I, could share this, but all of that stuff, I guess it just requires a little bit of aging. So again, I just wanted to share with you one of my favorite products before I drop the fidget spinner that I reviewed last night, which is also standing right next to me. So this actually, these are the rubber bands, and you can actually put the rubber bands in here, so it allows you to like hold it. You space it out, obviously. It allows you to hold it, and then you actually, as it goes through, you're watching that segment. Not so necessary for the purposes of the video right now, but here I'm just going to start like this. Again, you can really get a view doing the same thing like this. So there goes the pink one. I have two more just to share, and then we're gonna wrap up. So I wish I kind of had a prop to keep this standing, but as you can see, this one is not as fun. I think because at the end of the day, most of the sequins and stuff are over here, and that's actually literally right at the end. So that is the yellow one, and finally we have a blue one, and really, really fun, really hard to find. Again, you're going to be looking for prismatic oil wands with Kaleidoscope. You will likely be buying the oil wands themselves on Amazon. I like to get different colors. This is an oranger color than the pink here. They're actually not the same. And I believe I got this either on eBay or on Etsy. It was because of the size, and again, you get quite a bit of weight to it. I paid a little more than I don't know, probably like it wasn't over $100, but and these things are not. You get like you could buy 3 of these for like $11. So I mean, all in this budget, it's a pretty budget friendly product. It's just a matter of figuring out how to enjoy it the most, and doing it just for a video is not as enjoyable as being able to see it on a regular basis. I wish there was a means of maybe projecting this onto a screen or something like that. I don't have ideas of how to do that, but I did want to share that because this is one of my favorite things, and kind of I don't know, it sort of ties into the sort of things that I love. So I'm going to turn off the camera here just to show you a couple other really quick things. I am a little bit addicted to, this is a levitating globe. This is also a levitating globe, but the magnet, actually, it sticks. So you have to usually unstick it, but you can't really do that when you have one hand. So you have to hope that, there you go. I have a couple of really interesting products here to kind of show the eclectic versions of me. I realized I just did the whole video the wrong way. So let's change that up again. So you just saw things a little sideways. I have a Hypercube over here, a lava lamp. I have a couple of these oil things that I've kept for a while. This is a Hoberman sphere. This is like one of those infinity mirrors before infinity mirrors were a thing. In fact, it's so new or so old or whatever that so it doesn't have working batteries, so I can't actually show it to you. When I go on trips, I like to collect little globes, water globes, snow globes. And this is something called the Marvelous. I got it on, I got it in a Kickstarter campaign. Believe it or not, I was very surprised that it would come. This, again, it's pretty big. I mean, you're talking about, I don't know, definitely a foot long or something like that. Here, I'm going to zoom out a little bit just for basis of comparison. So there's that. I have the Newton clicker, whatever. And you don't want your kids to touch that one for sure, because if they do, often you will never be able to recover when these things tangle. I have this light I'm going to be putting in a different place soon. That friend of mine who gave me the Prismatic, or who told me about the Prismatic Oil Wands, knows how much I love things. So I have this here, but again, I'm hiding it. At least right now, I'm keeping it wrapped up like this so that kids do not touch it. A couple other things that seem, familiar. These are, I need a fidget kid for this one. My 12-year-old daughter, assuming she's willing to cooperate, will be able to show you how that's done. And finally, we have a little bit of a cool little calendar here. Actually, no, this is not finally, but there you go. That's magnetism. You select the date. It's the 27th. This is all, again, magnets. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm supposed to have a black thing that is supposed to be there. And there you go. There you have it. So much for having kids around. That is missing. And that is why I hide things from my kids. So you watched that FAQ yesterday, you'll know how I did that. And the last thing I wanted to share was just this little thing over here. This is a levitating magnet as well. It levitates on a piece of glass, which is cool. I guess the levitation is informed by this over here. But here goes this. The only thing I think that's really missing from the Marvelous, and I'm going to turn it off right now, is that it really has terrible lighting. You do see a reflection of the RGBs that you guys saw last night, but otherwise, nothing else. Well, I'm done for now. Just a little bit of some of my favorite things. And this is going to be all redesigns shortly while I finish construction in my home. But yeah, we will go into Fidget realm soon, and I will be reviewing that other phone case soon. But of course, I want to involve the kids in some of those things. So stay tuned. And in the meantime, I got some magnet ball searching to do. Happy Thanksgiving, or happy post-Thanksgiving whenever this goes live. But I hope you enjoy seeing my collection. And I just want to share before I wrap up here, AliExpress, Temu, Amazon, my mom when I was a little baby. These are actually giant microbes.com. I got them when I was a kid. Got this when I was married. This was definitely AliExpress. This might have been AliExpress or Temu. A couple of these here are scents, and those came from AliExpress. And these are the real ones. These are not fake. I forget the name of what they are, but I got the legit ones. So, but this is a fake here, and it's magnetized. It also probably needs to be adjusted and calibrated before I share anything here. So, yeah, these came from Amazon as well, because I discovered all this stuff a long time ago. Hypercube came from a Kickstarter campaign. This came from Google. This came from probably Temu or this came from AliExpress for sure, and it's a little, it folds in and out. It's not so exciting, not worth getting. This I got at a conference. I mean, really, it's just see, conduit. And there goes the piece that helps with the magnetism of that. And finally, I bought this Hoberman sphere for college. I thought it was really cool. It expands to probably 6 feet wide. And it's fun. So that's it. All right. Again, happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you enjoyed my little collection. All right, I'm going to append this to the video just for 2 seconds to just show you that my kids actually didn't do anything but move this over here. So much for looking all over the floor for that. Has to be situated properly. But there you go.